This show is proudly brought to you by the #Me Network.
And now, #RadioNZ.
/.////////com.
Welcome to #Radio. I'm Fid McAwesome.
And I'm V8 Matty.
And we are in the same room at the same time for the first time in ages.
And pants are optional.
Yeah, pants are optional, as always. Yeah, so I am back in New Zealand.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, sitting in the #studio. It's been months.
How does it feel?
It's actually awesome. It's cool being back. When was the last time I was back? March?
I've blocked it out, but it must have been around March.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you were back over for?
I came back to pick up my eldest boy.
Oh, right. The children.
The child. Came to kidnap him and take him back to Australia.
Australia. How's Australia going, Philip?
It's intense.
Intense.
It is intense.
You'd think by now they'd have actual houses.
No, the new job is just full on, like crazy full on.
Sounds good though.
Yeah, it is good. It's good.
It's good to be full on.
They pay me well to be full on and stressed out.
Yeah, my work's been full on, but
the pay rate doesn't match the stress.
It's been very busy. It's a tad stressful.
Yeah.
A lot of patience required. But yeah, I mean, if something more techie came along, I could
You'd
be
be into
swayed.
Yeah. Let me ever talk to my people.
Yeah, talk to your people.
We'll just completely move # to Australia.
Yeah, well, #me.co.au.
Yeah.
We might have to start looking at buying some extra domain names.
Yeah, we could do.
Yeah.
So, just before we keep going, we're going to be a bit different on this week's show. We're not going to do news. We're not going to cover the topics. It might come up.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about stuff.
Yeah. But we just thought we'd have a bit of a catch-up since it's the first time we've been in the same room for ages.
Yeah, there's a couple of mates.
Yeah. Talking shit.
Who like stuff that's the same.
Yeah.
And, of course, we've got Armageddon weekend.
Yeah, so we're going to put this out. This will be out the same day we've recorded this. It's the day before Armageddon.
It is the day before Armageddon. It's Thursday.
Yep, and this is episode 199, Matt.
199 episodes.
Yeah, so it works out well.
Mental.
I'm going to be in the country at the same time to do... All three of us, I made Chris commit to this.
Okay.
All three of us are going to be together in the same room for episode 200.
Oh, beautiful.
Next week. So we'll have to do something cool for that.
Well, pants optional, I suppose.
As usual.
Carice could be top optional.
That
could be something special for all of us.
It might have to be a Facebook Live. We should actually... we should Facebook Live episode 200.
Yeah. We need one of those 360 cameras we could put in the middle of the room and people could just look around and see all of us.
That'd be dope.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Who can we get one of them off over the weekend at Armageddon?
Ooh, Samsung?
Samsung?
They got a 360 camera.
Yeah. We could hit up someone like PB Tech.
Yeah.
They're going to have a stand there.
Yeah. Oh, I know a guy who lives in Cambridge who's got one.
Oh, yeah. I was meant to get over and see him, but I never did.
Didn't you?
Nah.
I caught up with...
I made plans
talking about our mate
twice
Ross.
and then it never happened.
Our mate Ross McDougall,
McDougall!
Yeah, I actually caught up with him at his office the other day. I stopped in very briefly because he's just down the road from where our house is in Te Aomutu.
Te Aomutu.
Yeah.
See, look, your level looks like it's gone right down again.
It has. Maybe it's just because I'm not following the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it's mic to face ratio.
Yeah. Yeah, so Armageddon tomorrow. This is our fourth Armageddon this hashtag?
Fourth, yeah, I suppose it is our fourth Auckland one.
Yeah. Fourth
Armageddon.
Auckland. Yeah, we used to do the Hamilton ones before they decided they don't like the Waikato.
I don't know what that was about. I mean, they'll say it was numbers, but then they only had dropped off numbers because they weren't bringing the same celebrity.
Yeah, well,
guests
do you remember
to
that
Hamilton.
first Armageddon was really good in Hamilton?
Yeah, it kicked ass.
Yeah, they had PlayStation were there. They had awesome booths. They had great guests. I mean, they didn't have the Auckland level guests, but they did have great guests.
Yeah.
Was it in Auckland when we met the dude from Stargate and stuff? And Mario?
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
No.
Yeah, no, it was.
Was it Auckland?
Yeah. No, Hamilton, sorry.
It was Hamilton.
Yeah, so there were awesome guests that time.
Yeah. Like Mario's voice. What's his name?
Charles Martinet.
And Christopher Judge.
Yeah.
Tilk from Stargate.
Yeah. Your geek out moment.
I still get excited about it.
You've still got a photo of you and him up there above the TV.
I have. There's a photo of me and Chris Judge up there with my son Dylan.
Yeah.
And then there's a photo of me, you, and Carice.
Yeah. And then you and your wife are heading down the back.
Yeah, and then my wife is somewhere down behind the TV.
Yeah. In order of priority of people you love.
She's just down below my Batman picture.
Yeah, so I honestly reckon that the failure of Hamilton Armageddon was due to progressively getting shittier every year.
Yeah. And I mean, they can make all the excuses they want about numbers and this and that, but the only reason for it was because they did not have the same level of celebrity guests in Hamilton.
However, they have stepped up Armageddon Auckland this year. The guest list is really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, Christopher Lloyd.
That's
he's
a big
an absolute legend.
Yeah.
But who else that's...
I'm excited about Brian O'Halloran, who we're actually getting to talk to on Sunday.
Now, he's... I guess... I don't want to offend him, but more of a B-list celebrity, Hollywood-wise.
Yeah, Hollywood-wise, but if you're into your Kevin Smith films...
Clerks and Mallrats.
Yeah, he's in every single one of them.
Yeah, he's that white guy with the beard.
Yeah, so he's he's Dante from the Clerks movies. He's like the main guy.
Yeah.
And he was in Mallrats as Dante's cousin. Like, he actually plays cousins of Dante in every other movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
So in every movie, he's in it. And if you check the credits, he's one of Dante's cousins.
Unless that's just the name they put in the credits, because...
Possibly.
The credits are a wonderful place with some movies.
Yeah.
These days, a lot of movies, they'll have that extra bit of movie at the end of the credits to get you to stay in the theatre to the end.
Did anybody else have that before Marvel, though? There was always a few people.
Well,
there was always a few people that did it, but I think Marvel were the ones that really made that an art form.
It's not an art form.
Well, they made it an art form.
It's just an extra little tease for their next movie.
Yeah. They made it something you had to be there for, though.
I always stick around.
Yeah.
No matter what the movie is, I'll stick around. Once the lights come on, I'm like, oh, fuck, it's over.
Yeah.
But I'll always stick around in case there is any little bit of extra excitement.
So what are you looking forward to at Armageddon anyway? So we're going Friday night for the VIP night.
I'm looking forward to... Oh, it's hard to put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not really one thing that's screaming out awesome to me.
No, I think there might be a good reason for this. We have both been very spoilt this year with being able to see games really early in the piece.
This is true.
You were at E3, so you got to see a lot of it months ago. I've been going to product launches in Sydney for different games.
Yeah, and because Sydney gets everything.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the last month I've been to the launch for For Honor, Mafia 3, Steep. You know, none of these games come out till next year.
Is Steep going to have VR? Because that would look so freaking awesome with VR. Wingsuit down the side of a mountain.
There was no word of it. I didn't even think to ask that. It's a cool looking game though. I got to play it. I was in the alpha for Alpha Weekend.
Is it skiing and snowboarding as well?
Yeah, skiing, snowboarding, wingsuiting. It's really good. It's a beautiful game.
Can you tie them together, like ski a whole section and then fly off and wingsuit down the bottom part?
When the game first starts, I think I'm out of embargo now. Oh, screw it. I just won't be invited to the next Ubisoft launch. The very first thing you have to do is you have to jump off this platform and wingsuit down to the start point and then start snowboarding from there.
Oh, so it's the other way around.
Yeah. So I assume as you go on, there probably are other combinations.
So you're wingsuiting and then you pull your parachute?
Yep.
And then you...
Start
snowboard from there.
Yeah. But you've got to stop and change all over.
I reckon it'd be cooler if you were snowboarding or skiing or something, like you get dropped by a helicopter or something at the top of a hill.
Yeah.
Or a fucking mountain.
Yeah.
And you go down some wicked line, and then there's a whole lot of rocks, and you do a little jump into the air, and you wingsuit it. And
that would be dope.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that's why we're probably not looking forward to this Armageddon as much as we have other years. Like, usually we'd be gagging to be having a look at the new Call of Duty, because guaranteed that'll have a big booth.
Yep.
Xbox will have their big booth. I've actually already seen the Xbox booth.
PlayStation VR is a big deal for a lot of people as well.
But you've had that for the last 2 weeks.
And I've had that at home for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
PlayStation VR. What are my thoughts on that?
What are your thoughts on that?
I really like it. It's cool.
I've always thought, like, the moment I've been using it, that when I have had a go on it, it is the most comfortable VR headset out of all
for
of them.
sure. Because I've tried Oculus and stuff as well in the past. And by far, the PlayStation VR is really comfortable.
Yeah. I mean,
it doesn't feel heavy at all. You don't even realise you've got a big screen at the front of your head.
Being somebody with glasses as well, it's the only one that I can comfortably put on with glasses, because it's got that adjustable front.
Yeah.
So you can put it on and then slide it back the viewfinder.
Yep. So PlayStation VR, I really like it, but I'm a lazy person.
Yeah.
And so having all the additional cords to plug in and bits and pieces, and needing to have the PS4 camera, and having to charge up Move controllers, and
you would hate the Vive then.
I'm just like, oh shit, can I just sit down and play?
Yeah, you would hate the Vive. The HTC Vive's got 2 cameras that you got to place at either end of the area that you're playing, plus the headset. And
if you've got a dedicated room or something,
it'd be dope.
You know, like my office here, the hashtag studios are too small.
Yeah.
We're both sitting in here at the moment, and I've got...
My knees are almost touching.
Well, I've got a fairly large desk.
Yeah.
I've got a 40-inch TV for my monitor, and I've got a steering wheel rig with car seat and everything.
Crease and I leave the country and you get rid of our couch. I
took the couch out, I put it in Dylan's room.
Yep.
He laxes across it and watches YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the thing. You guys aren't coming around here to record and stuff. I didn't need the couch for you to sit on.
You've reprioritised the office. Now that those cunts aren't coming around, I can actually do what I want to do in here.
And it meant that I could have my steering wheel rig in here as well, because I roll my desk chair out of the way and just slide that around, and it goes under the desk, and then I lift the TV down to the front.
Might I say, that is an awesome rig too.
I've even got carpet in it.
I see that.
Yeah, it's nice. Inverted pedals and stuff. Like, I bought the Logitech G920.
I love how this show's just going from subject to subject.
Xbox steering wheel.
Yeah.
I paid a small fortune for that. Thanks, Xbox, for ensuring that everything costs a fortune. And then I proceeded to just rip the pedals apart.
So this is the official Xbox one?
Yeah, the Logitech Xbox one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Logitech G920 is just for the Xbox. It works on PC as well with Windows. But, you know, I've got bits of wood, and I've taken the pedals out of the plastic housing they come in.
Yeah.
I've taken the heads off the pedals and turned them around. I've inverted them. I've screwed them to a board.
Looking at it, literally the only thing you've got left to do is build yourself a nice body around it.
It needs a cup holder.
It does need a cup holder.
And what I was thinking is,
you can build a fiberglass.
The top part where the wheel goes.
Yeah.
I'd love to put like hinges on it or something, and a slide lock, so I can actually flip it over, and then have one on the other side that flips across, and then I've got my keyboard and stuff go on there, so I can just sit in that and work on the computer.
Yeah. You'd be fully ready.
Yeah, man.
Wouldn't have to get up.
I wouldn't have to change things around when I'm going from PC to Xbox.
So, all right, stuff I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing the ID at Xbox area. I always enjoy seeing what the indie games are that are coming out. So last year they had like Cuphead and stuff like that.
Have you played Cuphead?
I have. It wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be.
Oh.
Yeah, I still think it's a beautiful game.
Graphically, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I love the style of it, but
Yeah.
I've never played it either. No.
Yeah, I found it very difficult. I haven't played the full game. I've only played the tech demo of it, so hopefully it might have changed. Be interesting to see what some of the other developers have got up their sleeve. I don't actually know what like Activision are showing or Ubisoft are showing or anything. I assume PlayStation's going to be very VR heavy, and like I said, we've already seen all that. But still, if you haven't had a go, it's going to be awesome to check out. I think this year I might be quite heavy on the esports side of it, which is
Esport.
because I've gone from being an unacknowledger of esports 2 years ago.
You picked a said that it shouldn't have sport in the name.
Yeah, to I'm heavily involved in esports now.
Yeah, you've got your own team shirt.
I do have my own team shirt.
Yeah, I don't miss anything on that social media. I see what's going on, Mr. Esport.
So yeah, it's strange, like going from one extreme to the other. Being, I was never anti esports. I was anti calling it esports. Competitive gaming is what I always insisted. But the more I've become involved in it, the more I am actually like. Basically, everything you told me was
true.
Was 100% true.
You see, I called it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Apparently, I assume they're going to do League of Legends there, like they have other years.
I don't know. Some of the big stuff they're going to have as far as gaming goes is obviously PlayStation VR is going to be heavy. They've PlayStation have been pimping that on Facebook and stuff for people to make bookings to come along and have turns on it.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15 is a big one for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I was never a fan of Final Fantasy. But it does look cool.
And the people that are fans of Final Fantasy, like, they don't like Final Fantasy, they fucking love Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they get in there and they live it.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo Sport.
Okay, I wouldn't mind giving that a go.
Now, that was at E3.
I've always liked the GT games, and this is a bit different, isn't it? This is more of a casual one.
It's a little more arcadey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd probably get into this more than I would get into GT. It's like I've always liked Forza Horizon more than I've liked Forza.
Yep. Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo. Before we go into that, they're making an announcement tomorrow.
They are.
The NX.
The NX. So it's going to be, what, the Nintendo 10? Is that what NX stands for? Nintendo 10?
No, that doesn't make any sense. It's not their 10th console.
Doesn't have to be.
No. Well, it's
Xbox One.
Yeah.
It's not their first console.
Yeah, and Windows 10 wasn't it was the 10th Windows.
PlayStation are the only guys that can count.
I don't think we're going to get a full announcement from them.
It'll just be a big tease.
I think it'll probably... What they're going to probably announce is...
They're going to send in the fluffers.
What the NX is actually going to be called. I think we'll get a name of the product.
Oh, yes, we'll get a name and maybe some specs.
I don't think we'll get specs.
No specs?
I don't think we'll get specs.
A name and some titles?
I think we'll get a name and some pictures of the console.
Oh, how exciting. What time's that happening?
3 a.m. New Zealand, 1 a.m. Australia.
Australia! Yeah. How come they get it before us?
Yes, for a second there I was like, wait a minute, how did that happen? Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, I'm keen on having a go on that if I can get a go on that.
And that's usually your go-to at Armageddon is the Call of Duty booth.
Yeah, I should actually be playing some Call of Duty or something and
So you look like
remembering
you know
the buttons so I can turn up and go, yeah, I know how to play this.
Yeah.
Yep. They call me fodder. Cannon fodder.
They do?
You don't know what cannon fodder is?
Yeah, it's an old game.
But what is cannon fodder?
Cannon fodder is being shot at.
It's like a duck in a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else have we got? Aspect of gaming world record attempt.
I don't know what are they doing this year? They usually do like...
They're going for the largest human controller.
Holy shit.
Surely that's me. Surely that's me in front of the Kinect camera.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what they're doing there. Gears of War 4.
I played Gears 4.
So have I.
It was dope.
It's awesome on Windows 10.
I haven't tried it on Windows 10.
On a high-spec gaming rig.
Yeah.
Shit, it looks cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've only tried it on the Xbox and I love it.
And Forza Horizon 3 also looks absolutely fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
On the Windows computer when it works.
Is it Windows not working, or is it the game not working?
Oh, no, the game wasn't ported very well. But there was a fix just a few days ago that came out for the Windows version.
So you get all these free for Windows when you buy it on Xbox, don't you? You've got to play anywhere.
Yeah, it's play anywhere, but the limited titles to kind of what was originally announced.
Oh, okay.
Not many others seem to have got on board.
I always assumed it was going to only be the Microsoft Studios ones anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's only with the digital copy as well. If you go and buy the disc, you miss out on the other copy. Yeah. So you have to buy it digitally to get the free version on the other one.
That sucks ass.
So if you buy it on Windows 10, you'll get it for Xbox One. If you buy it on Xbox One, you'll get it for Windows 10. But only digital copies. Recore, that'll be there. Halo Wars 2.
I was never a huge fan of Halo.
South Park, The Fractured But Whole.
Yes, okay, that one is going to be a go-to.
Steep will be there, Fit.
Play that if you get a chance. It was awesome.
Watch Dogs 2. What's Friends of the Rift, a LOL community night at the Logan Campbell Centre, ASP Showgrounds, Saturday, October 22nd, 6:30pm till 10pm.
They're doing some special League of Legends thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so Riot Games are going to be there. Let's see, my boy's going to be there. I know a couple of the guys at Riot now.
No, your boys.
My boys.
Your boys.
See, who else do I do know is going to be over here? NVIDIA will be there. I've spoken to them.
Intel going to be there?
No, Intel are not going to be there.
No?
No. They'll probably have something with another company though.
Yeah, they'll be tied in. Someone else will be using fancy computers with Intel CPUs and
no, all of Intel's focus at the moment is PAX.
PAX. What does
Australia.
PAX stand for?
Penny Arcade Expo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Thought I was going to put you on the spot then. So NVIDIA will be there though, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. They'll be showing off their latest and greatest and giving away some other rubbish.
Yeah. And Twitch are going to be there as well.
Have you noticed with NVIDIA they do that?
Yeah.
They have those special nights, those events where they get people along and they're like, yeah, look, we've got the new 1080s and here you can win a 960.
Last year's model.
Yeah, it's like, really? Come on, guys.
Oh, you can get the 1020.
Try a little bit harder.
Yeah. I think it's cool that they do those nights though. Not a lot of companies do that for their fans.
That's true.
So normally that sort of event would be exclusive to media or influencers.
Yeah.
And they just outright go, hey, you guys are the guys buying our product.
Yeah, the N fans.
Yeah. And I think it's cool.
Yeah.
The fact that they are doing anything and giving stuff away for free to those people just for turning up, I think it's dope.
Oh, look, don't cover your back so that you get invited.
No, I'm not.
It's still
I'm not allowed to go to those events anymore.
It's still nothing for them to be able to give away a couple of the latest and greatest, surely.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
I'm just not
make it that
I'm just
much
making
more
sure that it doesn't
special.
sound like we're completely shitting on them because I do actually think what they do is awesome.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
What they do is pretty cool, and they are sort of ahead of the rest.
Yeah.
When it comes to that side of it, with the including the public in what they want to do.
Yeah.
And having that relationship there via social media and everything else. It's great.
Yeah.
But could be that little bit more betterer. We all want the latest stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? You wouldn't go to who's a musician that you like?
Snoop Dogg.
Would you go to Snoop Dogg's latest concert, listen to all his new tracks, and have him give away his album from 10 years ago?
Oh, it'd be better than his newer albums.
Well, you know what I mean, clown.
Well, it's the same. You can't really make the music analogy because and it's probably the same for you, almost every group that you like, their better stuff is their older stuff.
I don't know.
Like Metallica.
I'm into Kings of Leon at the moment.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying Kings of Leon. That, I don't know, maybe it's white guy music. Nah.
No, white guy music has the same trend as well, that it gets really bad.
I just really like... the dude's voice is amazing. He sings really cool. And I've been playing along a little bit with the guitar as well. And so most of their songs are sort of 4 chords. They're fairly easy to change between. But they sound really good because they've got multiple guitars going and stuff. Kings of Leon.
Nice.
There's my music plug for today. And their new album, Wall, I think it's called. Just dropped this week.
Yeah.
It's on Spotify.
Hey, did you see the new Guardians of the Galaxy trailer that dropped this morning?
Yes, I had to explain to someone your post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, it's fit in the country. He's quoting a New Zealand song. And I was like, it's not a New Zealand song.
It's not a New Zealand song.
Is it not? Oh. And he Googled it and went like, I don't know why I always thought that was a New Zealand song.
Yeah. Hooked on a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did explain. I'm not going to say who it was because I'm not going to embarrass the chap.
Yeah.
But, I said, no, that's the song from a movie.
Yeah.
Which is now...
We've finally officially seen
announced.
footage from.
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Is it called Volume 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're sticking to the whole music thing.
The 80s cassette tape sort of thing. And I am Groot. It's little.
He is little.
And Batista's...
Do you want a hug?
Batista's got his man love going.
Yeah. I think Batista's awesome.
He is pretty good.
Yeah. I was surprised at how good he was as that character, because as a wrestler he had zero personality. It's funny because in wrestling, you have to have a great personality to make it. It's one of those things that I'm fake fighting, so I need something real.
Well, you don't need a real personality though.
No,
it can be a fake persona.
Yeah. But you have to be able to get that across well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at Hulk Hogan. He wasn't a great wrestler. He had that elbow drop, and that was about it.
And a whole army of Hulksters.
Yeah, because it was the charisma and the personality. But Batista always he was good, but it was never great. And especially when he came back, it was terrible.
I always liked The Rock.
The Rock oozed personality, though.
As far as personalities go. He's just gotten too massive now.
Yeah, he's bigger than... The Rock is bigger than wrestling and bigger than Hollywood now.
Yeah. And his whole...
What he's done, though, has never been done before. Like he was the most over wrestler at the time.
Yeah.
Him and Stone Cold Steve Austin were the big two.
Yep.
And then he left and made it in Hollywood. No one else has actually done that.
The thing is that he made it in Hollywood and then he got massive.
Yeah.
Normally they're massive as a wrestler.
Yeah,
like physically massive.
Yeah. There's actually a meme somewhere.
But he was a little dude when he was wrestling.
There's a photo somewhere of him as a wrestler and then him now. It was only The Rock can make The Rock look like a pussy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he's gone full Hollywood now. He's Arnold did it.
Yeah.
They all do it. They start out with some great movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they become fucking kids' movies.
By Fast and the Furious 32, I was over him.
I haven't even watched the last one.
I have no idea. What number are they actually up to?
Was it 7 or something?
I
the one that Paul Walker died during filming.
I think they've done one since that.
Or was there another one after that?
I think there might be 8 of them now.
I don't know.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I can't believe the amount of public outcry over Paul Walker dying.
Oh, it sucked.
Why?
People like him. He made great Fast and the Furious movies.
All he was actually in was Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
What else? What other work can people name that people would be aware of?
What other movie franchises continue yearly, like the Fast and the Furious ones? I mean, like...
Yeah, but even fans of Fast and Furious will tell you that half of them are shit.
Oh, yeah. Especially fucking Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Apparently the new movie brings Tokyo Drift in as part of the story again. I don't know. I read that somewhere.
Did you?
Yeah, they should have just ignored that movie.
You don't read, Vid.
It was on the internet. I read it.
Okay.
I don't read books.
No, books are... I miss reading books. I've never been a big reader, but when I had my glasses, I did read and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I need new glasses, so I don't read anything because it is a pain.
So I used to read a lot of books, and then I stopped reading books, but I started becoming really obsessive about reading magazines. Like, I'd buy a magazine and read it cover to cover.
I used to do that too.
Like Rolling Stone and NME and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I used to buy a music magazine and read the whole thing in one afternoon.
I used to buy Performance Car magazine.
Yeah.
And then I switched over to Street Machine, the Aussie one.
Yeah.
And in amongst there was a whole swag of different tattoo magazines that I was reading on a regular basis.
Tattoo magazines and all that going on there.
Oh, no, there is. Yeah. There's a lot of pictures, but they'll have features on different artists and different things that are going on. Not just with tattoos, but in the art scene in general. So yeah, I used to read a lot of those. And I even subscribed to a couple of them for a while when I was younger.
Okay. I've almost filled in one of my forearms now.
I know. Look at you getting all tattooed since you went to Aussie.
The funny thing?
You've not paid for any of them.
2, 3, 4 of them are free on that arm.
The 4 that are worth looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm about to get another one on here.
That hair's growing thick though, isn't it?
The hair was already growing thick.
You've got some bushy arms,
some
bro.
gorilla arms.
You need to put on weight so that it actually spreads those follicles out.
You think that's my problem?
I think they're just too close to each other because your arms are too skinny.
There's possibly some logic in that.
See, look at mine. 3 times as wide as yours and a third as hairy. We've got the same number of follicles. Mine are just spread over a larger surface area.
Yeah, well, I suppose it makes sense.
Wonder if that is true. Forza Horizon 3, really enjoy it. Great game.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about that.
Yeah. We weren't talking about it. I just thought I'd bring it back up.
I have something I want to bring up.
Okay.
So if you want to keep talking about Forza.
No, I was just looking. I glanced around and I saw the little pink logo for it.
Yeah. What I did want to talk about is a conversation we had about half an hour ago about Samsung. It
was more than half an hour ago. We've been talking for half an hour here.
Oh, okay. So we were off here having a talk about the Samsung issue. Samsung have pretty much for the last 5 years been king of Android.
King of Android.
Yep. They have been the number 2 to iPhone's number 1.
Yeah, they were going off.
Yeah.
Literally.
And well, now they are literally going off. And how now the industry is ripe for the picking.
Yes.
So have you heard from anyone else about their distrust in Samsung now?
Yes and no.
Would you buy a Samsung at the moment?
No.
Not a single one?
Not a single one.
Yeah, and it's all down to the 7. Note 7.
It was the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I went Samsung from iPhone to the S3 when that came out. And I loved that phone. And I had that for a couple of years. Yeah. But since that one, it's just got more and more pricey.
Yeah.
You're paying the same price for a Samsung phone as you are for an iPhone.
Yeah. You are still getting better specs.
Technically, you're getting better specs, but you're getting a lot more bullshit bloatware and stuff like that. Admittedly, you don't have to deal with the Apple ecosystem and iTunes and all that crap.
Yeah.
I was helping someone at work today with their iPhone, and what a goddamn nightmare.
I know, right? And the new one is even worse.
Absolutely appalling. All the stuff they were trying to do, and they were trying to set up their Apple ID correctly, and then get an email sent to them, and then they had to verify the ID.
But
and
you
this
try
and
and
that,
tell somebody
just to download a stupid app.
You try and tell somebody on an iPhone that their phone isn't a great experience anymore, and that used to be a fair argument.
Yeah,
it used to be a fair argument that Apple's were a great experience, a great user experience. They were simple. There was no education level involved in using it.
Yeah, they worked. Yeah. They did everything cool.
Yeah, that's completely gone now.
Yeah,
you don't have that great experience that you used to have. iTunes sucks ass.
It always has.
Yeah.
And I do not know why they continue with it.
They've made
iTunes is one of the things that turned me off the iPhone completely. I could handle the phone, but I didn't want to have to plug it into stupid iTunes every time I wanted to change something.
Yeah. But they've made the iOS more complicated, and Android has gone the other direction and simplified.
Yeah.
So I think we're actually at a level now where I think Android is more intuitive.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, you still pick up an iPhone and you have to dig through settings to find things.
Yeah.
Whereas with an Android, it's there. You can just sort of swipe down or whatever, and it's where you think it should be.
Yeah. So the ecosystem now, or the Android, the crown is there for the taking.
It is. Samsung are gone.
But why aren't any of these big phone companies actually making a push for it? It doesn't seem like any of them.
There are several Android phone makers out there at the moment with brand new devices
that would be perfect for
that. They should be kicking off and going, woo, look at this. It doesn't blow up in your face. It doesn't require iTunes. It's $500 cheaper.
So excluding Google, because I think the Pixel is still an overpriced phone.
Yeah, you're talking to your microphone a bit more there.
Yeah. I still think the Pixel is an overpriced phone.
Yes.
I think it's a great phone, but it's an overpriced phone. They will not take King of the Hill because Android guys don't want to pay that much.
Yes.
Right? So, looking at the rest, could probably name 3 or 4 straight away. You've got Huawei.
Huawei are my number one at the moment, but one thing, Huawei, what the fuck is high voice? I don't want that shit. Get rid of that.
I've never had high voice.
High voice. High anything. It pops up all the time.
Oh, is that high voice on or whatever and during a call or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have had that. I don't know what it does.
I deny access to everything.
Yeah.
And I've turned off a bunch of stuff so I don't get those notifications for it anymore. But it's one thing that really pisses me off.
Yeah. So Huawei, easily we're going to agree on that one.
Yep.
Motorola now, with the Moto Z, it's amazing. It's light. It's got the snap-on additions.
I haven't seen that phone or played with it.
It's only just been released in Australia, so I assume it's going to be available here soon.
Don't know.
Yeah, really nice phone.
Do we have anyone in this country that looks after that?
I'll look into that.
I need to find out if we can get our hands on one.
Yeah. That
Sony?
one there, Sony definitely. And Sony, I think, if they put a bit more money into advertising and marketing, because they've clearly got the device.
You keep hearing the stories about, poor old Sony Mobile, this might be the end of them. And they're struggling along.
But the thing is, their devices are great devices. They're beautiful and they work really well.
Exactly. They keep
and anyone who owns a
them
PlayStation, if they own an Android phone, should own an Xperia.
And the Xperia XZ is the new flagship.
Yeah. That one was the one that was just announced this week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother's got one.
Yeah. Watch the space for news on that.
So I'm going to see if I can find out some guts on it from him, what it's like.
LG.
Now, they've been a bit quiet of recent times.
They have been, but they make great phones.
They do.
Yeah.
The G...
What are they up to now? G4?
G5?
Yeah.
I think the G5 must be the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, LG make great phones.
Yeah. So there are contenders there.
Yeah.
To take...
And half of them are launching new devices at the moment, which they should be making the big push, and they should be taking that angle that... I mean, Samsung got to where they are by having better devices than Apple and by being cheaper than Apple.
Yeah. So there's only one company in that list who I honestly think could take it using exactly the same method because they're already doing it.
And that is?
Huawei. So Huawei make a great phone.
They make fantastic phones. And I just heard today about the new processor that they've come up with.
Yeah, so what have they got on the market at the moment? They've got the P9.
P9 Plus.
The Mate 8.
The Mate 8. The P8. Is it still around?
P8 might still be available.
I think you can still get a P8.
Yeah. So the P8's good.
Yep.
And they've got another new one. I can't remember the name of it. They've got a middle of the range phone that's sort of somewhere in between the P8 and the Mate 8.
It's not just like the P9 Lite or something.
It might be. Yeah.
I don't know.
But they're great phones. And they're all priced really well for what they are, and they're spec'd through the roof. And
absolutely.
give a great example of it.
I got the P9 Plus right here. Takes a micro SD card too, because like I've got my Nexus 6P, and
it makes my P8 look like a baby.
The Nexus 6P doesn't take a micro SD. See, the P9 Plus is way thinner than yours too.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I've seen the P9. It looks about the same. I think it's just because it's got more bevel on it.
Oh, it could just be the colour too.
Yeah,
it looked thinner.
It's beautiful.
Very, very similar there.
I love the screen on it.
It's a fantastic phone.
So you're getting real-time opinions of me seeing this phone for the first time.
Yeah, so if it's having a first play, it's got USB-C plug in the bottom, so you can plug it in either way around, doesn't matter. It's got the dual cameras.
The Licia?
Yeah. They're going places too with that. Micro SD goes in with your SIM. Fingerprint scanner is super fast.
Wow, you barely see that SIM slot.
I know. Everything's just so tidy and it feels like good quality.
And okay, I'm not normally a fan of gold phones.
It's a light gold,
but it is a light gold. I like that.
Yeah, it's almost.
And I love that spotlight. The fingerprint reader, I think, makes more sense on the back.
Yeah.
Like, when LG did it, I liked it.
See, Sony put it into the power button on the side.
Which, that's a cool spot.
That's quite good, too.
Yeah.
But I really like that on the back. And the battery life is amazeballs. I get like 2 full days of battery.
Screen resolution's beautiful, too.
Yeah.
That's nice. But yeah, I think if anyone could do it, it's Huawei. Only thing is, Chinese companies tend...
I've got a Batman wallpaper on.
That's cool. Chinese companies tend to not spend huge money on marketing outside of Asia.
Well, they don't have to market there, do they? Because their people are a little bit more captive.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
no offense,
but they need to spend some good monies on billboards and TV advertising and...
I think
their social game's pretty tight.
When they have advertised, it's gone well. I mean, they had Superman.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah. They had him over here,
and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, and they had them both here,
I think they had them in Auckland, yeah. Certainly they didn't come through Frankton here in Hamilton. I'm sure there would have been a raucous...
Yeah. And that's just from Matt.
That would have
Scarlett!
Just... Oh, never mind. And Superman, yeah, I mean, he's a pom. Who would have thought?
Yeah. We
just touched toes. That was kind of...
erotic?
For you. Yeah, no, so Android phone makers, get out there and go hard. Samsung are down, so put in the boot.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Like, I find it crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually mad that people, they haven't gone
gone
on for the kill.
I saw something about, you know that YouTube video of Grand Theft Auto where they were...
Oh, that was brilliant.
They were throwing the S7s and they were blowing up like grenades and stuff. Apparently they got a takedown from Samsung's lawyers.
Oh, did they? The person who made the mod?
Yeah.
Yeah? It sucks.
Isn't that crap?
Yeah. We don't need more bad publicity. We've just found a good use for your phone.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And it was lighthearted.
At what point is it?
If your phones weren't exploding, then fair enough, get upset about it. But your phones were exploding.
It's comedy.
Yeah.
And, one other point I just want to make about Huawei before we finish on that is I work in an office that's probably 50-50 Android and iOS.
Mm-hmm.
And the Apple guys, I've been showing my Huawei.
Which isn't as anywhere near as cool as that one I've got.
Yeah, exactly. But what I've been showing them is because everybody says the same thing, is they don't like the user interface of Android. Too much of a learning curve for them.
There's no learning curve anymore.
But the thing is, with the Huawei UI, all of them naturally knew how to use it.
Yeah.
It's very inspired.
It must be innovative.
Innovative. So, yeah.
And it's got a headphone plug as well, just for those who need one.
I don't give a shit about the headphone plug thing.
I'm not overly enthused with the audio.
I think the AirPods are fucking horrible, but...
The actual built-in speaker?
No, they're not great.
They're not that great. With headphones and stuff, the audio is absolutely
Beautiful.
perfect.
Yeah.
But if you're watching a video clip or something just on your phone with the speaker going, it goes really loud, but it's
tinny.
just a bit tinny. But I mean that's about the only thing I can fault on it.
Yeah.
The rest of it's mint, except for the high voice and the high this. Anything with high in the title, just ditch it, Huawei. Stop pushing that shit on us.
So there's one other thing I did want to talk about before we wind up the show, unless there's other things you want to talk about.
No, I don't know. I could talk all day.
Yeah. We've got Microsoft Ignite next week.
I do have one other thing, but carry on.
Yeah, so Microsoft Ignite, I'm going to be along there getting interviews the entire week while I'm there.
Yep. I'm sending my personal assistant along to cover for me.
Yep.
Because I need to be at work.
Yep.
Got to educate the masses.
This is Blair?
Blair?
Yep, so Blair's going to be there doing stuff.
He's going to be my fill-in.
Yeah, so
he's just going to be going around collecting free stuff for me and stealing as much crap as he can.
Yeah. But I'm going to be interviewing people all week, and we're going to be doing this all on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so maybe Blair can be your cameraman.
Maybe. I think he's wanted to get along to as many talks as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to try and get some podcasting done while we're there. A couple of wrap-up ones from the event.
Yep.
And we're also going to be doing Facebook Live from Armageddon tomorrow.
Are we allowed to tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night. So
what time does it start?
A good question. We'll sort that out after the show. But keep an eye on our Facebook if you don't already like it.
You should.
Yeah. #RadioNZ and on Twitter. But we're doing Facebook Lives. We're going to give some previews of some of the booths.
Yep.
What we can show. Hopefully we'll be able to show you around PlayStation, Xbox, X Division.
Yeah, some of these preview stuff you're not allowed to take any photos or do any filming, that sort of stuff.
What we can, we
will try to be as sneaky as we can.
Yeah. So keep an eye on that. We'll have some preview stuff so you'll know what to look for when you go along to...
Yeah, and then we'll be doing some coverage, of course, over the weekend with the public. Chaos. We'll be creepy old men taking pictures of cosplay girls. He laughs, but he knows it's true.
That's 100% true. That's why I laugh.
I always feel like a creep if I'm taking cosplay people photos.
Yeah. No, if you ask for permission first and you've got a decent camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to take along Carissa's DSLR.
I'm going to get some empty egg cartons and a Weet-Bix box, and I'm going to get some sticky tape and some black paint, and make a cool box to put my camera, my phone, into, so it looks like I've got a fancy camera, but really it's my phone.
You'd be like, "Can I please take a photo, pretty girl?
Can you just turn that way slightly, and I just want to stand on this chair." Yeah.
You've gotten more toys since I was last year.
More toys?
Yeah.
I got 12 inches of bat right there.
Yeah. With your bat pen?
Yeah, I drew a Batman logo on that pen and gave him to... He looked odd with his gripping hands like that with nothing in them.
Yeah.
It was like he looks like angry, masturbating Batman.
Yeah, you had R2.
I had R2. I got 2 more Batmans up there.
Yeah, pop vinyls?
Yeah. I want to try and get all the pop vinyl Batmans, all the different ones.
Yeah.
There's a few more to get.
You got them next to your TARDIS?
Yep. Well, Batman is a time traveller through...
That was the one that we got you for Christmas, eh?
The TARDIS?
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of toys.
Yeah, but you were never a toy person, so seeing that you've got toys around...
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like Batman. Because he's not an alien.
Yeah, but he doesn't have superpowers.
He doesn't have superpowers. He's not an alien. He's just an insane billionaire. And I can aspire to that.
You can. We can be Batman.
One day, I might dress up
As Batman.
In my mansion.
Yeah.
And cry because my mum's dead.
There are facts in that statement.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to be back with episode 200 later on the week.
Yes. So after the Armageddon weekend, we're going to get together and have a bit of a roundup and do episode 200 with Carice McAwesome as well.
Yep.
I know you all love Carice, so you'll be wanting to catch that one. And a shout out to Big Pipe Broadband for supplying us with interwebs to do all this and put it all online.
How fast is that internet?
I've got gigabit internet with Big Pipe,
and there's no extra charge.
Shit, no extra charge.
Yeah.
If you're on their elite plan, it's a free upgrade.
I'm
going to
tell a story here. I got back in the country the other day and had to sort out the internet at the place we're staying at, which is our house.
Yep.
Our internet was still connected there. And I thought, oh, well, they'll get the upgrade. They were charging me extra to jump to gigabit.
This is a different company.
This is a different company.
Not Big Pipe, because they're good mofos.
So, yeah, Big Pipe will do that upgrade if you live in an area with gigabyte available.
Yeah.
They will do that upgrade for free.
If you're on their elite plan to start with, it's a free upgrade.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No extra costs, nothing. Just boom. They sent a guy around. I had to get ultra fast fiber around.
They put a new box in, eh?
They swapped out the ONT.
Yeah.
And boom, straight away, because he was like, oh, we'll have to put all the job through, and then when they've got it at their end, then they'll send their guy to do this. But as soon as he left the house, I did a speed check, and boom,
done.
It was already on.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's amazing. I get like close to 900 meg download speed, and over 500 upload.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
It's amazing.
It's been awesome being back. Like, seriously, there's
I'm going to download all the porn.
Two things I had an emotional reaction to when I got back to New Zealand. The internet speeds
and
a mince and cheese pie.
Mince and cheese pies. I knew it was going to be mince and cheese.
Yeah.
Have you tried the Macatoo pies? They're good, bro.
No.
Ooh.
No, I actually went straight to the Georgie pie.
Oh, freaking McDonald's.
Okay, these are the two choices I had. Was a Georgie pie or a Big Ben?
I would have gone Big Ben over Georgie pie.
No, Georgie pie was way nicer. I do like the Georgie pie. They're expensive, but they're a good pie.
Freaking clown. I think that's about us. Yeah, there's going to be plenty more content coming from us over the next few days. Check us out on Facebook. That's the big one. We'll be spieling over Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
All the things.
Do we do anything else? I've got Snapchat, but I don't do anything with it.
I've got Snapchat as well.
I can't really figure it out.
Yeah. I use it sporadically, but there's nothing really interesting going on.
Is this the odd dick pic?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Instagram, yeah.
On Instagram, we are #me.co.nz.
Yeah.
Check
it's the only one
there.
that's got a different name.
We really need to try and tie something up.
Yeah.
Tidy that up. And if we could get the guys who have the Twitter handle to hand it over.
Yeah, the ones that have got #me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't use it.
We should strong arm
They've been
them.
sitting on it for years, and that's our name, and we can't use it.
And we want it back, please.
Maybe if you're a fan of ours, you could start tweeting to Twitter support.
At Twitter AU.
At Twitter AU.
Yeah.
And tell them, give #me their handle.
Yeah.
It's balls that someone can sit on one and not use it.
Yeah. We've got #radio AU.
Okay.
Yeah. But we haven't got #me.
Dumb, bro.
And we wanted that.
It's our brand.
It was available when we decided on the name change to #me. And when we changed our name, went to register it, gone.
It was gone.
Yeah.
It was like someone had been sitting there waiting for us to make that change just so they could snake it from under us.
Alright, we're starting to whinge now.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was awesome being back in the studio with you, Matt. We'll do this again next weekend.
It's a beautiful thing. And we'll try out my new Tascam DR05 audio recorder over the weekend too. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
See you.
#me.co.nz